Heal, sis. Heal because you're counting on you.
Man, I'm about to do whatever the fuck I want to do, okay?
Hey, love. Ready to transform your life with self-love, divine connection, and attention setting? Let's go.
It's the Glow Girl Glow Show.
Hey, it's your host, Ashante Antoinette, and I'm here with another dose of glow. I'm in my garden today. This is one of the first places in this yard that I found peace in. It's a little nook tucked off to the back right hand side of my yard. And it makes me feel like a fairy tale. Like it's a passage through, but you got like a branch up. I got these little bubbles with solar power lights floating in the little. I'll do a tour of it. It's beautiful. And before I moved here, for a long time, I used to pray. It was this park. I lived off of Harford Road for the better part of 14 years. My mom moved there right when my son was born. I lived there for like a month, and then I got my own place, and then I was out for a year, and then I came back, and I was out for 2 years, and then I came back, and I was out for 3, like that kind of a thing, and then I lived there for the last 4 years in Maryland. And it wasn't until the pandemic started in early 2020 that me, my little sister, and my baby sister, and my daughter found this park. It was just like, yo, we bored. It's April. You know, it's been 4 weeks or so in the house. Let's get out the house. Let's do some exploring, right? So this place that I always drove around for the better part of, at that point, 12 years, I was down walking, exploring in a different way, seeing a different light. And doing that, we stumbled upon this park that we found was called Mother's Garden. It is a park you only know about if you know about, and not a lot of people know about it. And it's because you cannot. It is literally on on the corner of 2 of the most busiest streets, but it's a sunken little park, so you can't see it. And I fucking love it. It was like, I love nature. I love being in nature, but living where I lived, it was hard to just access nature, you know, and within a few minutes, even just a few seconds, of just put my feet out the door. But that park became that for me. The last 2 years of my stay in Maryland, it really became a place of just like healing, so much love. I found out that in some war, decades or so ago, that became a place of actual healing. It was where wounded men would go, and the nurses at the time would heal them, would fix them, would, you know. And it was that for me in so many things. I have cried, danced, sung, prayed, slept, much of other things at that park. And every time I left just more free. Every time I left just a little bit more peaceful. I congregated with some beautiful, beautiful people there. I had my going away party there, and that was an amazing day. It's hard for me to go through the pictures, because it was a beautiful day, but it's such a bittersweet thing to be like embarking on such a new and beautiful journey, while also knowing that you're leaving so many connections behind. A lot of them will and have continued to be, but you know, you never know. And so it's a bittersweet thing, and you're gonna miss these people, and you love these people, but you also cannot wait to start anew. And so that party was that for me, but it was beautiful, and it was there. But while there, I used to pray. I liked the fact that it was private, so that I could do my thing without having 1,000 eyes on me. If you live in a city, 1,000 eyes on you in a day, like, if you know, you know. So I liked that, and I used to pray to God that I found a space that was so much greenery, that had so much privacy, that literally looked different. Every time I went there, and I went to that park sometimes 7 days a week. There were times that I would miss it for a couple weeks. There might have been times, especially in the winter, if I missed it for like a month or two. But every time I went back, even if it was Monday to Tuesday, it looked different. Whether the leaves were changing to a different color, whether the flowers were blooming in a different light, whether it, and God got me here. This particular part of my yard is Mother's Garden. One of the other things I love about it, that it has so much versatility. It has like a dome. It has picnic tables, only two. It has a little stone bridge. It has these beautiful, powerful steps that are four. And there are different plants and trees planted, like, and it's kind of hilly a bit. And the plants and trees are planted all which and way. So there's no part of the park that is alike. And like my yard is a lot like that. There's like different stations in different areas. And it just, it's really amazing what the power of God and your mind can do. I said it on one of my podcasts, I think in 2022, that I used to think I was a crazy person writing down some of the things that I wrote down. And I did, like, and even like the first 1, 2, 3 times that I said it out loud to people that I trusted and I loved, I was convincing myself still, you know what I mean? And not just of this move, but of like everything. I felt like I had such such an audacity in the things that I was asking for, but I knew that two things. One, if I don't ask for it, how will God, how will the universe, how will I even ever know that I need it? And two, I can literally have anything I want. Of course, audacity is my absolute fucking birthright to ask for anything I desire to have, to do, to become, to see, to experience. And sometimes I used to be like, girl, how dare you? How dare not I? How could I not? How could I not ask for the things that can just not only change my life? I was at my aunt's house yesterday. My aunt just got a new, big, beautiful home, and it is like the answer of like so many prayers. And then God said, I'll raise you 10. Like, it is love, it is light, it's beautiful. We gonna be eating so many good meals there. I'm like so excited. But I was telling her, we just talking about the family and the different things. Everybody got so much new shit, so much beautiful shit, so much powerful shit, so much peaceful shit, so much bold shit, so much how dare you shit going on. And we're just like, yo, remember, me and my aunt used to meet every other Saturday. We had a weekly meeting for this company that we own together, with my other aunt. We met weekly for over a year and a half without seeing a red cent. Just literally building foundation, having different kind of conversations, having fucking audacity, being completely consistent, you know, being putting in those 10,000 hours. Like, we were doing that. With our first meeting being, it had been scheduled for the Wednesday of what will ultimately be the 2 days after my kid's dad passed. She texted me. We had talked, obviously, but she texted me like, hey, obviously, like, we don't have to meet tomorrow. Girl, I will see you at 6. I got shit to do. And so we did that, you know. And then I'm like, even on top of that, for my business, because of her financial and business mindset and background, we met every other week to grow, to have ideas, to have audacity, to shake the table, to try new things, to just laugh, to love, to talk, to cry, whatever. And I said, dog, all of those meetings, all of those prayers, all of those tears, all of those setbacks, none of that shit was in vain. Though, thank you, God. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. None of it was in vain. You understand me? God heard us, saw us, and then was like, I'll meet you here. I'll raise you 10. I'll add an extra fluff. I'll also work on that group in that area. Like, God be... And I just, inching up to 33, I'm really trying to learn how to both embody and express gratitude differently. I feel like this next level of my life, gratitude, it looks different, it feels different, it vibrates at an even higher level. And I'm just in constant wow and constant... I'm grateful, man. Y'all don't even know that when I used to sit on that floor out, so every time I recorded my old podcast, outside of a handful of times when I was meeting with my Aunt Debbie, that's in season 1. Please, please, please check out the episodes. It's a two-parter. You're listening to a queen speak. Like, understand that. So check that out. That episode out. I think it's called Raising 4 Kings. Um, when I was in my backyard, maybe once, twice. I know I was there for sure once. But for the most part, I was in my room and I was at my altar, and I would schedule recording, but I would record when I felt called to. And that's how I would light my candles, do my little thing or whatever. And a lot of those times I recorded at night, and then sometimes in the middle of the night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, getting called out of my sleep, like, come sit down. But nobody knows that we had a mouse problem that was out of this world, and I used to brave those bitches to talk to y'all. And so I just want y'all to know, we Christmas this year, I was a little, but God did it, and so we grateful, and that's just that on that. I got up really early to just clear my head and just to center myself before my kids got up. And so I went into the living room and I laid on the couch, and I said to myself, not a creature was staring, not even a mouse. And I tell you, I fucking died, because I was like, hey, yo, no, for real, like, not a single fucking mouse. God will do it. I moved to the city when I was 12, and I never even knew mice was a thing before that. And so then I moved to Garden Village at 12. I was about to be 30. I was turning 13. And the mice was some of the most disrespectful mammals I've ever come across. Like, crawling over our Christmas presents, like the whole thing. And so to be able to lean back, and that was in my head, I had just survived a season, okay? I had just like, I have just put on my last Band-Aid, let's just say that, okay? But I was trying to, be cool for the kids that day, and so I went to do that. And I'm telling you, that little nursery rhyme took me out of, because like, oh, okay, no, I see you guys. The whole picture is that, like, we ain't fucking with no mice, so life is clearly better. Life is clearly different. And I'm just grateful. I'm really, really grateful. I'm really grateful to be sharing. I'm really grateful to be sharing again. We gonna talk about it this season. Y'all know how I do. We gonna get deeper as we get deeper, and so let's just do it together. But there are so many things in me that have not been wanting to share. So many things that I just wanted to stay in this bubble. I felt like when we first moved here, I didn't have a car, and so I felt like we was on an island. Like, my aunts would come visit and stuff like that. My mom came to visit. My partner was visiting. But it felt like it was just the 3 of us, we needed it, and we grateful for it. But I was in a bubble, and then I started going through it, and so I was in a real bubble. And so, though I have exited said bubble, and though I am doing the work, it is a process, and so we're gonna go through this process together. This season is different. I'm still God. I'm grateful for it every time. When I said I was moving, I said I was moving July 1st. I said that since the July before that. And I was holding to that date. And people kept asking me when I was moving again, like I was going to change my mind, or like, that shit was annoying. I saw y'all, but I'm going to let it. But I was stern. July 1st is the day. And June 15th, I ain't had no house yet. I applied, wasn't getting it. And then June 9th or so, I found this. I applied for it. I had been manifesting that I would find out about my house on June the 14th. And ended up finding about my house on June the 16th, which sounds late, right? But where I live, a lot of the property management companies, they require a 2-week move-in, a 14 to 15-day move-in for all of the properties, pretty much. I haven't seen one without it. So I would have been moving earlier, which I really didn't want to do. As much as I wanted to get the fuck, I held on to almost every single person of my life so tight and for absolutely as long as I could throughout those last few months. But I was moving the first, and that was just that. But I got the house on the 16th because I couldn't move until the first. So God, but God did that because that was, that's how God works. God will have you hanging on. And so I said all of that to say that I haven't been able to completely identify what this year looks like. I don't even know what's December. We are 15 days out from my birthday. So see, same time frame. So I believe that it will be defined and be confirmed very as we navigate, and I'm okay with that. I trust God in that. I'm getting little pieces of it daily. I'm trusting God daily. I'm getting small. I can see it in the camera. I thought it was me at first. You bigger than you like to be when you can see it in pictures and you can't deny it no more. It's like everybody got that suck in, situation where we can real quick, boom, great, right? But when you can't suck it in no more, when you can't suck it in anymore, like so shout out to, I want to shout out my boxing gym, but I don't want y'all to know out of that yet. Um, we'll get there. Um, we'll be seeking, yeah, whatever, but we'll get there. I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful. That's what we're gonna talk about today. The fact that I'm just grateful. I do want to bring up one thing up too that my girlfriend helped me to see the other day. Lately, let's back it up. For years, I had my son in 2008. I'm an OG mother, okay? Like all my girlfriends got toddlers, babies even. My friends still having babies, which is fair and fine. Everybody do their fucking thing. I love it, right? I have one girlfriend who has a daughter that's just a few months younger than my son, but even she has a toddler, right? So I got all my kids are pretty much the oldest out of all my friends' kids or whatever. But had him in 2008. And then by the time he was like 2, we used to go visit my cousins a lot down in Charles County. And their dad had a nice size house on a nice size little piece of property and like green grass and shit. We can just play, right? At the time we was living off of Hoffa Road. And I remember like all the time like driving through her neighborhood having house envy, like in a healthy way, praying for like a situation like this, praying for a change like that. Going home from her house on the weekends and riding across Canton Avenue. Is it Caton? Caton Avenue. And my Baltimore brain is leaving. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not mad. We'll talk about it another time too. But passing Caton Avenue and like getting sick to my stomach, like, back to the concrete jungle kind of a vibe. Like I was born to be in nature. I've never lived in a single family home outside of maybe like the first 1 or 2 years of my life. I did live in a single family house when I was like up to almost 2.5 when my mom moved out by herself. But we never had no damn yard or nothing like it. So I always felt displaced in the city. I resonate a lot with the movie reference. What's it? Loving. The couple had to move from Virginia to Baltimore, and she hated seeing her kids play on that fucking 10-foot wide sidewalk, sometimes not even that, while cars speed down the street and all the other things that happen in the city. Like that shit used to make me sick to my stomach going there. And so like I prayed for this for a long time, and I prayed even so too. Back then, like I could hang out with her like Friday evening through Sunday, but I had to go back to work. And I used to pray for like, God, I just want summers off. I just want to be able to lay out in the yard with my kids. I want to be able to hang out with my kids. I want to be able to do this, to relax this, to go to sleep when, to have late night movie nights, to play in the pool all day, to fucking laugh, to be present, to enjoy them without having to think about the financial aspect of life, or having to be attached to some job, or having to be attached to some other type of obligation or thing that does not feel like joy and peace to me, that feels like to me. And then a couple weeks ago, school went into the last of the month, or pretty much the first of the month of May. But for all of April, outside of my 3 finals that I had at the end of the month, I didn't have any assignments, like nothing. I had like maybe 1 or 2 at the beginning of the month, and then my finals. That was it. Work was all in the wait phase. Like I'm a contract recruiter. And all of my things were just waiting for people to be finalized interviews and waiting for this and waiting for offers and like that kind of a vibe. So I was like, I didn't have a bunch of hands-on work. So I found myself nothing to do a lot of the days. So I would like be in the pool. It was warmer then. We learned this weather ghetto too. Um, it was warmer then, so I'd be in the pool every day. And I found myself being like, at first, oh no, like I had somebody call me. I was like, should I answer the phone in the pool or should I get out? The audacity of me to even think that, not even on no bullshit, because like, what? Isn't this what you prayed for? Like, I really had to bring myself all the way back. Like, are you making this up? We are living in answered prayers, bitch. This is your dream. It is Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. and your kids are safely off to school. You are drinking a smoothie. You might have a little bit of cannabis, and you are floating around the pool. Like, Janae playing in the background. Alexa at your motherfucking back of call. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Bills paid, nothing. Girl, what are you talking about? These are the things you pray for. And so it was just like, I had my friend remind me that the other day, and she said something along the lines of, do you know how courageous it is to choose radical peace? My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girlfriend, Shira Lauren. Trill Talk Co is where you'll find her. You'll find her at both at Shira Lauren at Trill Talk Co on Instagram. Beautiful soul. But she said to me in a text message, do you know how courageous it is to choose radical peace? And when I tell y'all that day, struggling in my whole mind, like, well, why am I just doing nothing? Like, bitch, because it's nothing to do and you pray for that. Like, there's literally nothing to worry about. Everything is where it should be. Your bills are paid. Your needs are met. The kids are fine. Like, the house is cleanish. I don't want to clean up, y'all. You know? You can lay down, you can rest, you can catch up on this show, you can take a nap, you can take a bubble bath, you can lay in the hammock for hours and feel nothing of it. You can be in a pool on Wednesday morning with nothing. Like, you can do that because you deserve to. And that's what I felt when she said that. Like, she said something like, do you know what it feels like? You are a black woman, a black mom from Baltimore, the fucking concrete jungle. Okay, that's me paraphrasing. Of places, and here you are allowed to do this, allowed to live here, allowed to, oh God, I thank you. Whew. I told God back in 2021 that 2023 would be the year of the thrive. I had to build in 2020. I had to, oh, I forget what 2021 was. That was my last year of survival mode. And given what happened that year, I noted 2022 was the year of the build, and I did that. I did that. And oftentimes it ain't feel like it. Like, there'll be days, there'll be a week sometimes I'll be like, wait a minute. But I did that. And so why shouldn't 2023 be the year of the thrive? Why shouldn't 2023 be the year of the harvest? Why shouldn't 2023 be the year of choosing radical fucking peace? You deserve it. I deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve to do absolute. I tell people all the time, my favorite thing to do is nothing. My favorite thing to do is nothing at all. Like, now, granted, I want to continue to do those things, like, you know, doing nothing at all on a yacht, doing nothing at all on vacation. But sometimes nothing at all looks like lounging in the pool. Sometimes nothing at all looks like laying back and reading a book. Sometimes nothing at all means binge watching TV. But I love those things. They make me happy. They give me peace. So how dare I ever tell myself that I'm not deserving of those things when I am? Those are the things that give me joy. Those are the things that bring me peace. And choosing radical peace feels so fucking freeing. It feels like a dream. I'm living in a dream. Like, I'm a Barbie girl. Like, what? When my mom used to go to the store and pick the different outfits for Barbie and the different careers for Barbie and the different houses for Barbie. Like, Barbie wanted what Barbie wanted, so Barbie got it. I'm a Barbie girl. And I just made it up. Yeah, I'm a Barbie girl, okay? I get to fucking choose how I want to live. I get to choose what feels good to me. I get to choose how I exist and how I show up in this world. And I just, ooh, God, I thank you. God, I thank you. And to me, that's where that higher level of gratitude is coming from, because I'm in a higher level of life. I'm in a higher level of space. I'm in a higher level of awareness and thinking, and I just want to meet God there. I just want to continue to show up as Him, for Him, and continue to fulfill my mission for His people and the things that He's called me to do. I want to continue to fulfill His mission for these people in this house and these people with my blood and attached to my name. And learning to choose radical peace sometimes, to me, is that. Has been that, like, the I don't want to share, I just want to be in here with these people, but also understanding that I can do both, that I can be free in those spaces, that I can choose who I want to exist as, the mother, the lover, the friend, you know what I mean, the entrepreneur, and I'm grateful. God is truly so good to me. God is truly so good to you, sis. I promise, if you stood still right now and thought of just three ways in which God has loved, guided, and protected you, you would be like, oh, God, you have been there. God, you're there. God, you're here right now. Think of the things you fucking survived. God, in some capacity, was there. When I gave up, we gonna give y'all that on another episode. Girl, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for you for rocking with me, girl. I'm thankful. We are on season 3. Season 3 of a motherfucking Globe Girl Globe podcast. Who? Not me. I ain't think so. But I'm grateful for the assignment. I'm grateful to be showing up. I'm grateful for this work. This work right here. We doing this. This is gonna look different for so many of us this year. And I'm just thankful to you for taking this journey with me, taking this journey for you, God, for connecting with God in this season, and for just showing up as your most most boldest, baddest self. And I'm just proud of you for it. I'm proud of you for it, girl. So maybe. Okay. I appreciate y'all. God is the greatest. And as always, it's the glow for me.